I'm Jaden Jefferson. I'm joined by Director of Launch Services at NASA, Jim Norman. Jim, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Jaden.
So you're going to be launching a Mars rover. So can you first just give us an overview of what that is and what goes into this project?
Well, it's quite a bit. The Mars rover is going to be the latest rover that NASA is going to land on Mars. It's about the size of a car. It weighs about 2,500 pounds. It's got 7 different instruments on it. It's actually got, in addition, or as part of the instruments, 2 microphones. And I think this is going to be the first time of all the various missions we've put on Mars, we're actually going to get to hear Mars because of the microphones. But it's really going to go there to try to do 4 different things, which is try to assess or find signs of previous life on Mars, microbial life, to assess the Mars climate, the Mars geology, and to help us to prepare for human exploration of Mars at some point in the future.
And what is your role in this project? So what are some of the things that you're going to be doing, and what are some of the responsibilities that come with that role?
So the Director of Launch Services, I work as part of the Human Exploration and Operations Directorate here at NASA headquarters. My team are the guys as a part, the men and women of the Launch Services program. They're based at Kennedy Space Center. And they are responsible for helping NASA select the right launch service, the right rocket for the launch of our uncrewed missions. And then once we have selected the rocket, then we work with the spacecraft team and the launch vehicle team to come up with how are we going to put that spacecraft on top of the rocket? How is the rocket going to fly? As in, we have to mission design where it's going to fly to in space to put the spacecraft where it needs to be. And it typically takes us on the order of about 3 years for a normal mission in order to get ready to go fly. For a mission like this one, Mars 2020, it's taken a little bit over 4 years.
NASA's made a lot of progress over the years, and this shows progress. So what specific type of progress does this show, and what makes this launch special?
Well, to be honest, every launch is special. And what we're doing here, I think, is continuing the nation's exploration. We are explorers, and we're enabling that through our through the creation of devices like the Mars rover.
And out of all of these launches that you've directed, because I'm sure you haven't directed just one, so which one would you consider most historical and most exciting?
You know, that's a really good question, and it's always difficult. In all candor, they're all my favorite at the time, and because the one that you're working is the most important. Every launch campaign has its own personality because there are different people, there are different challenges, there are different aspects that you have to deal with. Right now, I would say the most historical and my favorite is Mars 2020 because that's the one we're really trying to get to orbit.
And for someone of the next generation who wants to get involved, how can they get involved?
You know, we want you, we need you. And the first thing you got to do is go to school, and you need to earn good grades. If you don't want to go to college, you become a tradesman and potentially work in the aerospace industry with an industry partner. If you do want to go to college, then there are multiple paths you can take. It kind of depends on what your passion is and what you want to be and what you want to do. All of these capabilities we need at NASA.
So your team, you have a lot of tasks you have to complete, and it takes a lot of different people to make that happen. So what does your team look like? What makes your team special? And what is how is diversity important to your team?
Diversity in many ways, I would say, across NASA is almost inherent. We have great engineers that are African American. We have great engineers that are Asian. We have great engineers that are Indian. We ethnicities, and so it is quite the diverse group.
Jim, thanks for joining me.
You bet, Jaden. Thank you for asking.